Good evening to all. I'm Harlequin. This is my son Tristan.
Hey.
I am not an autism specialist, nor am I a medical professional. What I am is a single parent who has an amazing son who has ASD and has the entire world in front of him. Now, this is a peaceful channel, so any hateful, trolling, or negative comments will be deleted. And for today's video, Tristan's gonna educate us all about some Pokemon facts. His choice of subjects. So, with that, I'll give the camera to Tristan.
Or chair.
Or chair, that's right.
The first Pokemon we'll be learning about is one called Musharna. It's a psychic type. This is what it sounds like. It's known as the drowsing Pokemon. The mist emanating from their foreheads is packed with the dreams of people and Pokemon. It weighs at least 60.50 kilograms and has a height of 1.10 meters. Its evolution chain is from Mana to Musharna, and it evolves using the Moonstone. Next up is the normal and dragon type Pokemon Drampa, who's known as the Placid Pokemon, weighing 185 kilograms and having a height of 3 meters. And it has a compassionate personality, but if it is angered, it completely destroys its surroundings with its intense breath. You'll know it's a Drampa because when you hear this sound. Next up is Spectrier, the ghost type Swift Horse Pokemon. The description says it probes its surroundings with all its senses, is save one, but it doesn't use its sense of sight. Spectre's kicks are said to separate soul from body. It has no evolution chain and doesn't evolve in general. With a weight of 44.50 kilograms and a height of 2 meters. You'll know a Spectrier is near when you hear this sound. Next up is Klinklang, and the gear Pokemon, and the gear with the red core is rotating at high speed for a rapid energy charge. Its evolution chain is from Klink to Clang to Klinklang. It weighs about 81 kilograms in weight, which is obvious because it's a steel type Pokemon. But since it's made of gears, it has a height of 0.60 meters. You'll know when it clangs around and when you hear its cry. Next up is Sneasel, who can evolve into a Weavile or a Sneasel. There's also a Hisui version of Sneasel. I also accidentally left, which means I have to do a different Pokemon. And speaking of a new Pokemon, here's Ghastly. For those who are a fan of Gengar, Ghastly evolves into a Haunter, then its final evolution is Gengar. It has a height of 0.10 kilograms because it's a ghost type, but has a height of 1.30 meters. It's almost invisible. It's known as the gas Pokemon, and it cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. It's also a poison type as well as a ghost type. What's up?
I thought Gengar was the first stage.
No, Ghastly's the first stage, Haunter's the second, and Gengar's the final evolution.
Interesting.
What? Did you not know that about Gengar? You're a Gengar fan.
Yeah, that's why I thought Gengar was the first.
You thought he was the only evolution.
Yeah. Gengar.
Gosh. Anyways, the next one is Hone Edge, the Steel Ghost type Pokemon. Also, I forgot to do Ghastly's Cry. Anywho,
okay.
this is known as a sword Pokemon. And apparently this Pokemon is born when a departed spirit inhabits a sword, and it attaches itself to people and drinks their life force. It evolved was from Hone Edge to Doublade to Aegislash. It weighs 2 kilograms since it's a steel type, but it's 0.80 meters since it's a sword. You'll know when it's around since when you hear this cry. Next up, Joltik, the electric bug type Pokemon. It's also known as the attaching Pokemon in its description. Any Joltik that live in cities have learned a technique for sucking electricity from the outlets in houses. Since it's small, it only weighs 0.60 kilograms and is only 0.10 meters in height. But it can evolve into a Galvant and Tula when once evolved. This is its cry, and so you know how it sounds. Next up is Swellow. It's known as the Swallow Pokemon. It evolves from Tailo. With a weight of 19.80 kilograms and a height of 0.70 meters. Swallow flies high above our heads, making graceful arcs in the sky. This Pokemon dives at a steep angle as soon as it spots its prey. The hapless prey is tightly grasped by Swallow's clawed feet, preventing escape. It's a normal and flying type. And this is what it sounds like. Next up is Poochyena, which evolves into a Minyana eventually, with a weight of 13.60 kilograms and a height of 0.50 meters. It's known as the bite Pokemon, and at first sight, Poochyena would take a bite at anything that moves. This Pokemon chases after prey until the victim becomes exhausted. However, it may turn tail if the prey strikes back. This is how it sounds. And before I play the sound, just to let you know, this is a dark type Pokemon. And a little aggressive. Next up is Frigibax. This Pokemon is able to return into an Arctibax, extended Baxcalibur. It's a dragon and ice Pokemon. And it's able to absorb heat through its dorsal fins and convert the heat into ice energy. And the higher the temperature, the more energy it stores. And though it's not really high in height with 0.50 meters, it weighs a lot with 17 kilograms. And this is how it sounds. Next up, Quilava, the fire-type volcano Pokemon, and the second evolution chain that evolves when a Cyndaquil reaches level 14. The final form being Typhlosion. And be careful. But be careful, because if it turns its back during battle, it means that it will attack with the fire on its back. Though it's small, with 8.90 meters in height, its 19 kilograms of weight, it make up for that. And this is how it sounds, so you know. Quite aggressive. Next up is Flygon, which evolves from Trapinch and Vibrava when a Vibrava evolves to the level 45. It's known as it's a ground and dragon type Pokemon that is known as the Mystic Pokemon. And it's nicknamed the Elemental Spirit of the Desert because its flapping wings whip up a cloud of sand. And this Pokemon is always enveloped in a sandstorm while flying. It may have a small height with 2 meters, but its weight makes up for that at a whopping 82 kilograms of weight. This is how a Flygon sounds. Quite aggressive. Next up is is Minotaur, who has is who has different forms of himself: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and violet. They're usually inside of meteors, but once they break, they reveal their true colors. They're a rock and flying type. It 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 originally made their home in the ozone layer, or it hurls it to the ground when the shell enclosing in its body grows too heavy. Though it's small at 0.30 meters, since it's a meteor, it's a whopping 40 kilograms. This is how a meteor sounds. And next up is Zorua, who evolves in the Zooarc. There's also a Hisui form of Zorua. This is known as the Tricky Fox Pokemon. And though it's small, with 0.70 meters in height, its weight makes up for that with 12.50 kilograms as a weight. It changes into the forms of others to surprise them. Apparently, it often transforms into a silent child. If it's not obvious due to his tricky and very stealthy description, it's a dark type, and this is how a Zorua sounds. Next up is Pelipper, which evolves from a Wingull when it gets to level 25. With 1.20 meters in height and 28 kilograms as a weight. It's known as the water bird Pokemon. It should be obvious it's a water and flying type. And it is also called a messenger of the skies, carrying small Pokemon and eggs to safety in its bill. Oh, this is how a Pelipper sounds. Next up is an Arctozolt, an ice and electric type Pokemon, in that though it's very small at 2.30 meters, it has a very big weight of 150 kilograms, and it doesn't evolve. It's known as a fossil Pokemon, and the shaking of its freezing upper half is what generates the electricity. But it usually has a hard time walking around due to its, very big ice part of its body. And this is how an Arctozolt sounds. And next up is an Electrike, which evolves into a Manectric eventually. This one is known as a Lightning Pokemon, and if it wasn't already obvious, it's an electric type. Though it's small with 0.60 meters in height, 15.20 kilograms of weight make up for it. This stores energy in its long body hair, and it stimulates its leg muscles with electric charges. And these jolts of power give its legs explosive acceleration movement. And I'll do one more Pokemon to finish this off. And this one, I can assure you, is very tough and aggressive when angered. So I will warn you only one and single time. Do not anger it.
Slight pause, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a sec. Bevan, peace. Sorry about that. Since it's unedited and unscripted, I just had to interrupt for a minute because Bevan looked like she was about to bark out the window, and we don't like it when she does that, unless there's someone actually at the window. I apologize, Tristan. Please continue.
And now this one is probably most known by a lot of fans as is the Sky High Pokemon. And he's a dragon and flying type. Who has no evolution, is 7 meters in height, and weighs 206.50 kilograms. And this Pokemon lived for hundreds of millions of years in the Earth's ozone layer, and never descending to the ground. This Pokemon appears to feed on water and particles in the atmosphere. Having a Mega Evolution, this final Pokemon is Rayquaza. Yeah, and that's the last Pokemon I'll be teaching you about for now.
Okay, so that is the video for tonight. We're at 15 minutes and 39 seconds, 40, 41, 42, 43. Tristan just went into his room. Apparently, he's not saying his goodbye. Tristan,
What?
are you saying your goodbye?
Goodbye.
Well, come back.
What do you mean?
Come back, Tristan.
Why?
Come back.
Why?
Anyway, we're at 16 minutes and 12 seconds, 13, 14,
Stop.
15.
Stop.
Sorry. Alright, so that's this video. For our next video, since summer is very near, I believe the first day of summer is June 21st, if I'm not mistaken. 'Tis the season for our struggles with the sun, burn, screen, everything sun related in those regards are not kind to us. So the next video we'll be discussing all of our struggles, victories, fun times, and more challenging times. So with that, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
And if you enjoy this video, leave a like. It can turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. So comment down below what you want, any questions you have for our Q&A, or what you want and to happen in our next video. And until then, see you soon, my way past cool autism crew.
Alright, and with that, see you in the next one. Bye now.